Hello, this is Katrina again. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's good. Good evening. This is my second video, and I got a really good response to the first video. I know it was like all over the place, but hey, that's a part of who I am also. So, welcome to my channel, Katrina Eats and Reads, which I might change that name. Anyway, we won't worry about that. I did a little something with my hair. Everybody good with that? I did get a good response. People are giving me recommendations for books, and I want to make sure I explain kind of what the channel is going to be about and, just kind of what I'm doing. I'm still formulating, it's going to evolve. I have no idea what this channel is going to end up being. We're just starting something. On January 1st, I saw a couple of videos. One was definitively on Instagram, and it was Gary Vee saying, just get on the camera. Just get in front of the camera. Don't waste any time trying to figure out all the things and learn as you go. So that's basically what I'm doing. So I have a really good list of books so far. I'm probably going to spend my next video being a little bit more thorough and detailed about what I'm looking at reading. So the eats part is because I really love going out to eat. I just adore going out to eat. So there's a lot of places I go when I'm in the Atlanta area, when I am in Pennsylvania, when I'm in Texas, Florida. And so I want to share with you all restaurants I go to, foods I eat. I'm a very picky eater. So anybody who's a picky eater, maybe that'll be helpful for you to find things to eat, places to go. The other thing is there are people who love all kinds of stuff. So there'll be other things, I can show you menus and things like that. So you'll see those things. I'm going to have friends on my channel who have already told me they want to be on to talk about food, to talk about books, to talk about yoga. I'm a yoga instructor, and I've been doing that for almost 4 years. And so I really love teaching. It is really such a passion for me. I absolutely love doing it. But I also love reading books and eating and other things too. So we'll explore all that kind of stuff on this channel. So today I finished a book by Cedric the Entertainer. This is his debut novel called Flipping Boxcars. So this is one of the books. I don't have the actual physical cover. I actually listened to this on Audible. I have a membership with Audible, so I listen to a lot of books as I'm driving around going to yoga classes or whatever. I listen to books, and so this one was maybe about 8.5 hours long, not super long or anything. I'm not going to go into any reviews about books today. I'm just going to give you some ideas of some books that I'm looking at reading this year. So I told you about the books that are behind me, which is, Robin, Dolly Parton, Gucci Mane, and then the Talon book, which I forgot the name of that already. Talon of God by Wesley Snipes. So those are on that list. I'm going to go through all of them on the next video, just kind of listing them. But as I read them, I am going to do reviews. They'll probably be short and sweet if I'm not a big fan of books. And they'll be really long and extensive if I really do like the book. So one book, a friend of mine, and she invited me to this. I don't know what it's called. I forgot the name of it, but it was like a book signing. And yeah, a book signing. And so we went back in the summer, I want to say in June or July, and we met a lady named Ruth P. Watson. And this is her book, A Right Worthy Woman. So this is a book I meant to read last year. I think I may have started on it. I'm not quite sure, but this is another book I plan to read this year. So this is something if you want to look for. She was a Black woman in North Carolina. I can't remember which city. And she started a business. She opened up a bank, and one of the first Black banks. And anyway, so that's what this book is about. I think it's historical fiction though, because it's a novel, so it's a historical fiction. But the lady who wrote it, Miss Watson, she interviewed people in the area. There were even people, when we went to the book signing, there were people there who grew up knowing of this woman. I never heard of her. It was just so amazing. But once I get to reading this book, I'll explain kind of a little bit more I do want to say what her name is, Maggie Lena Walker. And it talks about her being the first Black woman to establish and preside over a bank in the United States. Her actions transformed her community of Jackson Ward, into Virginia, not North Carolina, I apologize, into Virginia's Black Wall Street. So that's another book that I'll be reading this year. And then there's two books by R.F. Kuang that I plan to read. I'm not a big sci-fi reader, but sometimes I like sci-fi, and I really like mystery, but I'm really picky about mystery. So we'll see how that kind of goes as the year unfolds. But one of the books I plan to read, which is not a sci-fi necessarily, but I think she is known as a sci-fi writer, R.F. Kuang, is Yellowface. And so this book talks about two women who are writers. One is of Asian descent, the other is of Caucasian descent. And the Asian woman ends up passing away. And the Caucasian woman has like a manuscript or, something of a formulation of a book that the Asian woman wrote. And somehow she gets a hold to it and is able to release it. And it kind of goes from there. So it just sounds really interesting, a little bit juicy, a little bit kind of, need a little bit of tea to drink for it. So I think this will be a good book. I heard a lot about this last year and I wanted to read it. I just never got around to it, but this will be happening this year. And then the last one that I'm going to talk about today is Babel by R.F. Kuang. So I'm going to read this description because I'm not all that clear on what this is about anymore, because I bought this book so long ago, I can't remember exactly. But 1828, Robin Swift, orphaned by cholera in Canton, is brought to London by the mysterious Professor Lovell. There, Robin trains for years in Latin, ancient Greek, and Chinese, all in preparation for the day he'll enroll in Oxford University's prestigious Royal Institute of Translation, also known as Babel. So the book is about historical fantasy. It's a historical fantasy epic that grapples with student revolutions, colonial resistance, and the use of language and translation as the dominating tool of the British Empire. Sounds like snooze fest, but I've heard that it's really, really good. So I'm really excited to get into this book. I think I also got this on audio so that I can kind of flip back and forth a little bit, maybe listen to it in audio and read it too. So I want to thank you all for subscribing, for liking my video. I really appreciate it. And if you want to do that for this video, please do the same. You can go back and watch the first one if you like. The other thing is some people gave me recommendations. Some people who are personal friends and family texted me recommendations for books. Thank you so much. Those will probably be on the next video. And some people put them in the comments. So feel free to read the comments and see if there's books that you might be interested in. I'd even like to start a group where we, look at what types of books people, want to read, or, maybe if you like some of the recommendations I've given, let me know. I would be grateful to, get an understanding of what people are reading these days, what 2024 looks like. Last year seemed like a really good year of reading for a lot of people who I've spoken with. And so that's kind of what made me think to do this. Like I said, I'm reading a lot more books. It's not that I wasn't reading a lot, but I felt like I had just a plethora of ideas and places to go to get books. And now I feel like there's so much coming out. I want to read some things that are a little bit different. So I hope that explains a little bit more about what I'm doing and how this channel kind of came about. I want to share information because I couldn't find what I was looking for online. So I thought, well, I'll have to be the it. I'll be what I'm looking for, and maybe I can help other people. All right, you take care of yourselves. Thank you so much for listening. I forgot to say, I have a picture up here, right there. That's my little brother. I call him LB. So I already pointed out my mom and my dad. So anyway, with that, that's enough family stuff for today. I hope you all are having a wonderfully beautiful day wherever you are, whenever this is. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.